policing the police every single day.
Hey, Charlotte County, this is Sherry County Copwatch, and this is interesting. This story about us, me winning the federal case too, was online a week ago, but they didn't put it in the paper until today. It's on B1, and they changed it a little bit, but it's still there. Finally made it in the paper. Then you're also going to see, I'm going to do a screen read for the first case that we won in the state court appeal with Rutherford Institute. We won that one. I highly recommend you go to Charlotte County, Florida court page and download the 15-page ruling on that. It is beautiful. Talks all about free speech and how they violated my free speech. And of course, like this article talks about, now there's going to be a third lawsuit because I was illegally arrested and jailed for free speech for 30 days. That's going to be huge. And we're also trying for a fourth lawsuit on they ticketed me and a friend of mine for using a bullhorn while legally protesting on a public sidewalk and threatened to arrest us on video. And there also might be a fifth lawsuit. We'd like to restart the case banning filming public officials in a public place because now even the police are abusing that, and you can't even film them in their police station in the public lobby where there's cameras everywhere. It's outrageous. There's so much case law on filming the police, it's not even funny. And in fact, 2 people were in there getting records requests and filming them getting their records requests in case they were violated, which they were. And they turned filming into felony offenses. So this is way, way, way out of control here in Punta Gorda. And anybody that can help, we would greatly appreciate money, lawyers, and come here and fight for your rights if you can.
Sheets, change the sign ordinance. City offered settlement in Sheets federal case. By Elaine Allen Emmerich. Staff writer. Punta Gorda. If Punta Gorda city officials want to settle a federal lawsuit filed by Andrew Sheets, language in the city's sign ordinance must be eliminated. This week, Sheets attorney Gary Ettinger sent Punta Gorda city attorney David Levin a settlement request with a couple of demands. Ettinger received a response from David C. Miller, a Miami labor attorney, representing the city in the federal freedom of speech lawsuit filed by Sheets. Miller wrote he spoke to Levin and they could move forward toward a settlement. About 6 months ago, Sheets, 57, who runs Copwatch, pointed a laser signage that spelled the words F Biden, F Trump, F Police on the outside wall of the Charlotte Harbor Event and Conference Center in downtown Punta Gorda. Sheets lit up the building for about 45 minutes. He said pedestrians walking the bridge, people at nearby bars, and motorists saw the LED sign. Some asked Sheets what he was doing and why. Others honked. He told them he was protesting free speech in Punta Gorda after a sign ordinance banned indecent or offensive words. Sheets was trespassed from the parking lot. He later returned and set up the laser sign from the public sidewalk. He was asked to leave. At a city code hearing, Sheets was fined. He refused to pay the $25 a day fine because he planned on appealing the alleged violations. A lien was later put on Sheets' home. Andrew Sheets, wearing a lightly redacted shirt reflecting the ordinance against indecent speech, waits for a code enforcement board meeting to begin in March. Sheets recently had the civil case dropped and is currently settling a federal case. Sun file photo by Frank DeFury. In the email to Levin, Ettinger wrote, the settlement terms include repealing the indecency provision in the city's sign code ordinance, vacate all code enforcement orders and liens against Sheets and pay his reasonable attorney's fees and costs. This case made national news, Sheets said. An article was written by Rutherford Institute about turning free speech into sedition. I'm not the one who acted inappropriately, he said. They put a lien against my home. Taxpayers are paying hundreds of dollars to outside attorneys, for the city's code board, after the city violated my rights. Sheets was also arrested for disturbing the peace. Then he was arrested on a violation of probation charge relating to the sign ordinance code. He also filed a civil suit regarding the sign code ordinance, which the Punta Gorda Council recently agreed not to appeal. Instead of just fining me or putting another lien against my house, they arrested me, he said. So when are they going to drop the criminal charges against me? Either way, I'm going to sue again because I spent 30 days in jail and they were the ones who violated my rights. Miller told the Daily Sun he didn't know when a settlement will be reached. That will depend on if and when the parties reach agreement, he wrote in an email to the Sun, adding in any settlement, the amounts paid, if any, how they're calculated, and whether or how they're identified depends on what the parties negotiate and agree. In most cases, there is no legal requirement to identify any payment or part of any payment as fees. Miller wrote there will be no gag order preventing Sheets or the city from speaking about the case once it's settled. Email, elaine.allen@yourzone.com. Copyright Suncoast Media Group, Inc., edition October 29, 2022. Powered by Tnavia. Oh. Punta Gorda won't appeal Sheets case. City Council will revisit sign code ordinance. By Elaine Allen Emmerich. Staff writer. Punta Gorda. Instead of appealing a costly court case against Andrew Sheets, the Punta Gorda City Council may revisit its sign code ordinance. City Council member Mark Kaharski was the only one who wanted to stand firm and appeal a recent district court's decision on the city's sign code ordinance. Sheets, 57, who runs social media pages for Copwatch, was cited and fined for displaying what the city's ordinance deemed indecent signs, flags and shirts in public places in Punta Gorda. The ordinance defines language or graphics that depict or describe sexual or excretory activities or organs as offensive by contemporary community standards. Sheets sued Punta Gorda after he received 8 citations, was fined $2,500 and had a lien placed on his home for not paying the fines. He was also arrested twice in connection with protesting the ordinance. A circuit court judge recently determined the sign code ordinance violated Sheets' constitutional rights. The city had until this week to appeal. City Attorney David Levin, who was looking for council direction, advised against it. In my professional opinion, I believe the decision was not consistent with long-standing Supreme Court precedent and that in of itself would be sufficient grounds for an appeal, he said. But I have no high-level confidence that we would be successful. Mayor Lynn Matthews asked if that meant they should revisit the sign code ordinance. Levin said yes. He said the application of the sign code as related to indecent speech did not constitute a violation of the ordinance. I think it would make the ordinance more difficult to implement and enforce if we left it the way it was, Levin said, adding the words obscene, indecent, and fighting words should be removed to avoid constitutional arguments. City Manager Greg Murray said there's a conflict in interpretation of words in the Punta Gorda ordinance. Sheets. Some words can be used as a verb and an adjective in a non-sexual content, he said. Where the same word can be used in sexual content. And if we were able to completely differentiate those two, our ordinance may be somewhat enforceable in that context, but how do you do that when if someone is using something as a verb it's a freedom of speech issue as opposed to the other, which is very difficult, very tenuous to even discuss. He said it would be much more conducive of city staff to change the ordinance and go back to a different position of how the sign code is enforced. Vice Mayor Debbie Carey said from the beginning, the ordinance put a target on the city while trying to uphold community standards. It has put targets on our backs, she said. She said the ordinance was created in response to endless public queries by residents. Some were offended by Sheets and his followers whose displays used the F word and other alleged offensive language and signs on public sidewalks and near social events. Basically it was because of one person, she said. I would not want any other person sitting in the seat to have to go through what some of us went through because of this ordinance. I think to protect everybody's safety and sanity, we should let it go. Matthews agreed, saying it was time to make changes and move on. I think we've spent enough time and money on this whole sign code dispute for the past 2 years, she said. I didn't like all of the threats that were made on my life, on my house, on my family. I didn't like all of the things that were going on surrounding all of the craziness of the suits that were being filed. It's a shame that some people have to act with that kind of behavior as adults, but it happens and I don't think we are going to stop it no matter what we do. Kaharski said he wasn't on the council at the time the ordinance was created, but said his opinion is to never back down from anything. I don't care what it is, whether it's a sign ordinance or not, I don't back down, he said. I wouldn't vote in favor of the sign ordinance, per se, but I'm not in favor or backing down. Sheets told the Daily Sun the city was wrong. They spent more than $80,000 fighting me and we aren't finished, he said. The outside attorney costs $400 an hour. This is all because they wanted to make free speech a crime. They didn't go after other groups who used bullhorns or signs with bad words, they just went after me and violate my rights. City spokesperson Melissa Reichert said the total cost for the Sheets case is not available, yet. Email, elaine.allen@yourzone.com. Copyright Suncoast Media Group, Inc., edition October 26, 2022. Powered by Tnavia. Oh.
Go stand somewhere else, dude. Go stand somewhere else.
This is free speech, man. Abortion is bad.
Hey, you talk about a police state, right? Police,
right.
But you're wearing a fucking mask mandate. You're
Right.
wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Told by the government.
I'm afraid of getting COVID. I'm afraid of getting COVID. You might have a disease.
You're a walking hypocrite.
You might have a disease.
You really are a walking hypocrite.
You might have a disease. Yes.
And you talk about screw the police.
Yes.
You realize
Yes.
you're following police rules.
Yes.
But you're saying screw the police.
Yes.
None of
That is correct. Yes.
Therefore, you don't realize
Yes.
proper reasoning here.
Exactly. Yeah. Other than free speech, you are correct. Yes, free speech. Thank you. So are you saying you did it? Are you saying you know? Are you saying you're covering for a felony criminal? Are you saying you're covering for a felony criminal?
The only reason why I'm
Are you covering for a felony criminal? Are you covering for a felony criminal? Are you covering for a felony criminal?
But I have fucking
Are you? This is called a sidewalk.
Go somewhere
We
else.
will.
We don't want
I
you
can
here.
have free speech.
Go somewhere else. We don't
Go to
want
Nazi
you here.
Germany.
Go
Go to
somewhere
Nazi
else.
Germany. Jesus. Dude, you're against abortion? Are you for abortion? Are you for abortion? Wow. No, that's not true. Not true.
Not true. It's not true.
That's not true.
The girls are told stories where abortion was illegal. They had to go in the bathroom and get freaking water hangers and sucked out by the bathroom.
Yes. Yes. That would be better.
Because they got raped by somebody.
That would be better.
I mean, it's all public knowledge.
Yes.
It's all history.
Correct.
So why would you be open-minded about it?
This was started to kill black people. It was started to kill black people. It was started to... I'm going to stay right here.
What are you saying to your racist now? Because it all started because of black people?
Yes.
Is that what I heard?
Yes.
So you're basically a racist?
Aren't you glad you didn't abort your kid? 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 Hey, we got a problem here.
What are you standing up for?
For free? I'm against abortion. Legally protesting.
Come to the school and be a fucking cocksucker.
Legally protesting.
You like to be a fucking racist.
Legally protesting. Correct. Yeah. Yeah. Wait a minute. You gotta get the picture. He's for killing babies. She's for killing babies too. You're for killing babies. He's for killing babies. That's good that you didn't abort. That's correct. That's good you didn't abort. That's good that you didn't abort. That's good that you didn't abort. That's good that you didn't abort. Hey, social distancing. Social distancing, buddy. Social distancing, man.
Why worry about the police state, dog?
Social distancing. Social distancing. Get the fuck away! Get the fuck! This is my space! Get the fuck away! This is my space! Get the fuck away! You are causing harm! You are causing harm! You are causing harm! You are causing harm! I love stalking! There you go! You are causing harm! You're causing harm! You are causing harm! You are causing harm! You're... Hey! Hey! Hello! You are causing harm! Yes, you are! You're in my space! You're in the road! You're hurt! You're doing damage to my... Right here! Right here! Right here! Dude, get the bullhorn out of my face. Hey. He damaged my hearing doing that.
Shut up.
He damaged my hearing. Now I can't. Really? I can't say he just damaged my hearing.
I've been watching you. You're out here causing this problem.
This is legally protesting. You should be ashamed of yourself for being un-American.
Come on. Where's your car at, Andrew?
Dude, I am
Where's your car at?
Don't fucking touch my
Where's
son.
your car at?
Dude.
Go to your car. Go to your car.
I am legally protesting.
You don't want that in front of little kids.
I am legally
Let's
protesting.
Let's go.
Dude, you're violating my civil rights?
Take it up with the court.
Did you hear him say this?
Care. Go ahead.
Did you hear? Dude, get the fuck out of my space, man.
Where's your car?
Get the fuck out of my space.
Get away from the kids.
I can fucking leave.
Let's go. Let's go.
Dude.
Go to your car. Wherever your car is.
Hey, Anthony, can you get the supervisor?
Go to your car.
Get the supervisor. He's touching my shit.
Go to your car.
He's touching my shit.
You're not going to harass these kids.
This is not harassing. This is.
You're stopping traffic.
I am
You're
not
causing
stopping
traffic. Get
traffic.
out of here.
Bullshit.
Go.
I am legally protesting.
They're protesting away from the school.
I can quit
Let's go.
fucking touching my shit,
Let's
man.
go.
I got a shoe. I got a
Get
shoe.
your shoes. Get your shoes. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
And you're telling me to leave why?
I'm telling you because you're causing a disturbance.
I am not.
Here. You're stopping traffic.
I did
I'm
not.
not here for no reason.
I did not. I did not.
Watch the pole. Watch the pole, Andrew.
I did not. Cop.
Andrew, don't call me cop. It's Detective Delgado. You got it on your camera. Let's go. Come on.
Quit fucking touching me.
Get away from here.
Fuck you.
I don't care. Whatever. You think that's going to hurt me? Watch the poles. Let's go. Let's go. You're not going to be over here terrorizing these kids.
Terrorizing?
Come on. Let's go.
I am fucking waiting for people, ass fuck.
You're not going to terrorize these kids. You protest all you want over here, but you're not going to be in front of that school.
Seriously?
You heard me. You got me on camera. What, you think I'm worried about that dog on camera? You really think I don't care about that camera? Let's go. Go to your car.
Wow.
Wow, nothing. Don't go back to that school.
I'm trying to cross the street and you are fucking assaulting me, ass.
Whatever. Hold on. Let this idiot cross.
Wow, you're the one that's a fucking Nazi.
You don't even know what it is to serve.
Oh, for the founding fathers, you stupid.
here.
Fuck
Go.
you.
You're out of here. Get out.
Fuck you.